This special video is near and dear to my heart for two reasons. First, we recently gave birth to our second child, so this video is an ode to our daughter Mayalyn. Second, we're preserving and learning one of the most important Cantonese family traditions, which is how to make pork knuckles in ginger vinegar stew, a dish passed down through the generations because it's extremely beneficial for moms recovering from birth. With only a handful of ingredients, this simple stew can literally last for months due to vinegar's self-preserving acidity, so you and your loved ones can enjoy it while mom recovers and the baby grows. First, my dad will show you how a Chinese chef prepares the massive amounts of ginger required for this dish.
我今日用2磅嘅薑，薑咧我就可以有啲刨咗皮，有啲我可以唔刨皮嘅得㗎。我自己搣開佢先，因為嚿薑太厚，所以咧我哋切嘅時候咧要將佢切開佢先，咁切開佢。
To get thinner pieces, we'll first carefully cut our whole ginger in half.
要先拍一拍嚿薑先再切，佢啲味先至容易熟入去。我刀咁。
We'll pound the ginger with a cleaver a few times.
嗰啲纖維咪散咗啦，係嘛？得啦嘛？得咯，散咗啦，係嘛？
If you don't have a heavy cleaver to pound the ginger, you can use a heavy kitchen utensil like a meat mallet, or pestle, or even a pot or a pan.
咁之後咧，你就切薄啲㗎啦。
Then we'll slice the ginger into roughly quarter-inch thick pieces. With the unpeeled ginger, we'll follow the same steps.
呢嚿薑咧，你可以唔使刨皮得㗎，洗乾淨啦。
First, cutting it in half, pounding it, then slicing into smaller pieces.
好啦，薑就切好啦。
Ginger, or keung, is an ingredient that's used all over the world for its unique, sweet yet spicy flavor. It's very versatile and it elevates any existing flavors, featuring in both savory and sweet dishes, from ice cream to chicken. In Chinese medicine, ginger is used to improve blood circulation, help the body dispel coldness and wind, regulate digestion, reduce nausea and period pains, and more. Which is why in Chinese tradition, dishes with ginger as a main ingredient are often made for parents who have just given birth.
So I just want to ask Kat how these past 2 months have been for you.
Make me cry.
Happy?
Tired. Day by day, see the baby grow.
I love her so much. More grateful for family. We see each other every day. You help so much with Hongjoy. You guys helping us cook. I think I'm so grateful for the family. Grateful for Randy. And
Grateful to Popo. Popo with big help.
everyone's so
helping.
helpful.
Next, my dad will show you an important step to get the pork knuckles tasting delicious.
而家咧，嗰啲豬腳啦，俾啲水。
We'll add about 5 cups of room temperature water to a pot.
飛水嘅時候咧，一定係要凍水嗬，一直咁整晒入邊嗰啲邋遢嘢出嚟。而家就俾啲豬腳落去啦。
而家開猛火啊！
開猛火，一定要開猛火。
With the heat on high, we'll place our pork knuckles into the water.
滾一陣間咧，佢入邊嗰啲邋遢嘢佢就整晒出嚟啦嚇。
Now we'll cover the pot and let it come to a boil.
好啦，如果差唔多滾啦嚇，你掀開佢睇下，個中火，中間個火咁樣。
When the water boils, we'll uncover the pot and turn the heat down to medium.
嗱，嗰啲咪邋遢嘢嚟㗎啦，係嘛？
點解要煲？
飛過水之後咧，豬腳入邊嗰啲嗰啲泡咧，取晒嗰啲泡出嚟咧，嚿肉先好食。
The foam that comes out while boiling is technically coagulated protein, which we don't want in our stew.
咁仲未熟㗎，煲熟佢先。我準備一煲啲凍水喺度。
After 2 to 3 minutes of cooking on medium, we'll take the pork knuckles out.
將佢流過嚟，一嚿咁流過嚟，啲凍水沖乾淨佢。
We'll remove them one by one and put them into a bowl of cold water.
好啦，我哋留晒閂火，拎嚟個水喉嗰度，洗乾淨啲泡嘅。
We'll then rinse off our pork knuckles individually in the sink. Then we'll wash them one more time in a bowl, drain the water, and we're done.
爹哋可唔可以解釋佢嘅中文名啊？
惠兒，阿妹妹嘅中文名係惠兒。
慧即係好聰明、好聰慧、好賢惠。賢惠即係咩？好人，好溫柔。
And 兒 mean always happy,
Yes.
always joyful, and always smiling.
That's
She's a happy person. Yeah, that exactly
It's like
is
her.
his
It's like-
her personality.
Yeah. She can go pee-pee.
Yeah.
She's so smart.
Yeah, she's pee on the toilet already.
She's gonna change her own diapers by 3 months.
She's gonna cook on the show with that.
Yeah.
Just like Cameron's name, Mayalyn's name has a lot of symbolism. 5 is a special number for me and Kat because we started dating after a long car ride on Highway 5, and we got engaged on May 5th, hence the name Maya. Lyn is a suffix that's been passed down through Kat's family, her mom Marilyn to Kathleen to Mayalyn. So her Chinese name is Wei.
惠儀
First name is Mayalyn. Last name is Lau. So together, her initials are MWL, which is Made with
Made with
Lau.
Lau.
哦
Made with Lau baby.
Made with Lau baby.
baby
Now it's time to break out our walk for the next step.
支手支腳我哋整好咗啦，而家啦將啲薑俾佢鑊咁炒香佢先哦。我哋咧就唔使落油啦，就咁炒得啦。
We'll turn the heat to medium and add our sliced ginger into the wok.
咁嘅目的咧就等佢炒乾啲水佢，因啲薑咧容易吸收啲醋入去。佢而家仲濕㗎嘛，我哋盡量炒乾水啲佢。
We'll stir our ginger around, making sure that each piece is cooking evenly.
如果冇油咧，隻鑊咧就可以吸收咗炒乾嗰啲水。
猛火。
唔係中火。如果你太猛火咧，佢一下就燶咗啦。即係擺開啲薑嚟等佢煎。好啦，炒到差唔多啦，而家嗱轉咗有啲香嘅喺度啦。嗱睇到嘛？
點樣知道夠乾啊？
嗱，轉啲色啦嘛嗱。
After the ginger is dry and browning at the edges, or around 4 to 5 minutes, we're ready to add our other main ingredients.
好啦，而家俾醋。
Now for the other main flavoring ingredient in this dish, vinegar, or to in Cantonese. There are countless types of vinegar that are used for a variety of purposes, but today we're using 2 kinds of black vinegar, specifically doenjang vinegar, or dangong to, named after the Chinese city of its origin, and sweet black vinegar, or tim to. Black vinegar dates back more than 1,000 years and is usually made from glutinous rice or sorghum, and a variety of other ingredients depending on where it's made. It's generally less acidic than regular distilled white vinegar and much more complex, often being described as earthy or malty in flavor. While most Chinese recipes in the West calling for vinegar call for doenjang vinegar, the bulk of the vinegar in this recipe is actually sweet black vinegar, which is a uniquely Cantonese ingredient, and potentially one that only exists for this specific dish. The sweetness in this type of black vinegar cuts the sourness of the stew and enhances the flavor. There are many other kinds of Chinese black vinegars, which our friends at Chinese Cooking Demystified cover thoroughly in their video, so check that out if you want to learn more about them. For this recipe, you can use most other Chinese black vinegars in place of doenjang vinegar. However, the main vinegar base should be Cantonese sweet vinegar. My dad used a large jug of the Patchun brand, which is available at some Chinese grocery stores, but he also uses the Pearl River Bridge brand. You can buy both types of vinegar online with the links in our description.
呢度5磅嘅，5磅醋，我而家俾住一半落去先。我咧就用呢隻拔真嘅甜醋啦。
We'll add about 5 cups of sweet vinegar here.
淨係甜醋唔夠酸㗎，我選擇用鎮江醋。
We'll also add 3 fluid ounces of doenjang vinegar to give it a hint of sourness. With the heat turned to high, we'll add in an ounce of rock sugar, but you can also use any other kind of sugar as a substitute. We have all of these ingredients listed on our blog at madewithlao.com, along with step-by-step instructions and video clips to guide you as you make the recipe at home.
點解用呢個鑊煮啊？
我仲煮咗之後先過轉去嗰個煲度。不鏽鋼因為佢係醋酸嘢，佢就唔會生鏽。如果用鐵鑊咧，佢就即刻要洗乾淨，要加返油。不鏽鋼就唔怕啦。另外咧，我用加少少鹽落去，茶匙嘅鹽上去。凡係我嘅經驗咧，就係逢個酸嘢，你加啲鹽落去，先至再真正攞到個酸味攞到出嚟。嗰個冰糖咧，佢加落去咧，佢就開始中和下佢酸度。
After about 2 minutes of cooking the vinegar, we'll turn the heat down to medium.
我哋用慢中火嚟煲佢。
We'll take this opportunity to have a taste test.
OK， 嗱，冚咗個鑊蓋，冚住佢，慢火咁樣煲佢一陣間。
Then we'll cover the wok and turn the heat to low.
煲5分鐘咁上下啦。嗱，我而家沖咗雞蛋啦。
For this dish, we'll need hard-boiled eggs. If you need a quick refresher on how to make hard-boiled eggs, my dad talks through it here.
煲蛋咧，你一定係要同埋凍水一齊落去，水一定要浸過啲蛋，煲滾5分鐘，再閂火，閂火再5分鐘，就拎起佢，俾凍水浸住佢，浸凍咗之後再搣殼，咁就容易搣啦。我呢啲就係頭先咁處理過噶啦，我搣到嗱。
係咪隨意你點樣煮啲蛋啊？定係？
係啊，你中意老啲咪自己煲耐啲咯。通常啲蛋咧同埋豬腳咧，你臨食之前咁樣擺落去就 OK 啦。但係我哋俾嗰啲生 BB 嘅媽咪嗰啲食嗰啲咧，佢又嗰煲醋咧就浸好耐噶啦，成個幾月1個月2個月都係咁浸住啲薑噶啦，佢咪一次過咁食晒啦嘛。
我哋唔使一次加晒啊？
係啊，你唔嘥時加上你唔使浸得咁啲蛋，唔需要浸好耐啊嘛。
蛋同埋啲豬肉可唔可以浸太耐啊？
唔怕，同埋咧啲薑醋咧就通常我哋嘅習慣咧就生完 BB 嗰啲媽咪咧，佢醋罌成日擺喺度，即係隔一日煲好滾佢，隔兩日煲翻滾佢，咁啊擺好耐都得㗎。
If you're cooking it for a loved one, how soon in advance would you recommend starting to cook it?
提前1個禮拜都 OK 㗎啦。因為你煲完唔係話即刻，你生完 BB 唔係即刻有食嘅，要起碼到一個禮拜以後先可以食。
有1個禮拜
1個禮拜至2個禮拜先可以食呢啲嘢嘅。
When Jennifer was born, Daddy bought the 10-gallon big pot. We made the whole pot. I ate some, but a lot of them is sharing from family. We put in a small container. Okay, hi. We have a newborn grandkid now. Oh, I have a newborn
Oh, you
son.
give it to gift for other people.
Oh yeah, they let them share with our happiness.
So it's not just for your own family.
No,
Like neighbors and things like that too?
most like a family, a good friend.
Yeah, yeah.
記得㗎啦。
After 6 to 7 minutes of cooking on low, we'll uncover the wok.
媽咪有冇食過？
有。
你整俾佢啊？
因為咧，媽咪生你同家姐嗰時，我都煲俾佢㗎。
We'll let it simmer for another 4 to 5 minutes, occasionally stirring the ginger around. I also wanted to make a special shout out to thank all of our wonderful Patreon supporters for helping bring this video to life. If you enjoy our videos and are interested in supporting us directly, head on over to patreon.com/madewithlau to learn more. After simmering for 4 to 5 minutes, we're ready to bring in our large clay pot.
嗱，通常煲醋咧就係用嗰啲瓷器、啲鋼瓦瓷器嚟嘅煲嘅，唔係用鐵器、鐵鑊嚟煲。如果你冇呢個咧，用不鏽鋼，因為佢係不鏽鋼，所以唔怕有啲鐵器氧化佢。我哋傳統嘅用就用呢啲煲啦。
比不鏽鋼有冇好啲好處啊？
一煲滾之後，佢可以 keep 得好熱耐啲。呢啲不鏽鋼佢係金屬噶嘛，佢散熱散得快啊嘛。呢個就散熱慢啊嘛。
If you can't find a large clay pot, a large stainless steel pot is a good alternative.
我閂火先啊。
First, we'll turn the heat off.
嗰啲薑流過嚟轉底先。
Then we'll scoop out all the ginger and put it into the clay pot.
啲薑喺底下，
點解啊？
佢就唔怕啲枝腳黐底啊嘛，同埋呢啲薑喺底下咧，佢會容易浸出味啲啊嘛。呢個時候咧，就將啲醋倒過嚟咯。
Once the ginger is all in, we'll carefully pick up our wok with heat protection like towels or oven mitts if needed, and pour all the vinegar mixture into the clay pot. Be sure to pour away from yourself for your own safety.
我哋擺佢上嚟，記得呢個煲咧唔可以太猛火煲，中慢火就得㗎啦。如果你睇得太猛火嘅咧，佢會容易裂開。我哋開翻火嗬。
With the clay pot on the stove, we'll turn the heat to medium-low.
我而家用中慢火嚟煲。咁樣講，嗱，我同意話俾大家聽一個問題就係、電磁爐、電爐，我勸你唔好用，除非你有嘢晾起佢，等呢個煲底唔好黐住個電爐。如果直接咁樣嗰啲熱度咧、溫度喺個煲底咧，個煲會容易裂。
點解同火唔同啊？
因為佢離開啦嘛，離開咗啦嘛。好啦，而家滾啦。
Once it boils, we'll uncover and add the pork knuckles.
我而家俾翻啲豬腳落去咯喎，俾豬腳嗰陣時候咧，啲骨擺底下，佢嘅道理就係、啲骨底下啲醋多啲浸住佢嗰啲鈣質會流出嚟，就咁啦。而家咧再加多少少醋上去，咁啲醋浸晒啲豬腳就得啦，加多少少。
We'll add a bit more sweet vinegar to cover the ingredients entirely if needed. Then we'll put the lid back on.
豬腳擺落之後咧，就而家未即刻咁快就食得㗎，係嘛？起碼煲佢起碼1個鐘頭咁上下，咁就真正可以食得到，再加埋啲雞蛋，佢就可以食得到啦。生完 BB 嗰啲煲嗰啲醋罌，啲蛋浸好耐嘅，滾咗之後咧，我就再可以擺蛋落去啦。
而家唔擺？
如果可以擺得，可以浸好耐嘅啲雞蛋，我而家未等嗰啲豬腳浸佢先，滾一滾先，等豬腳滾先就俾佢落去。
你浸嗰陣時，你係擺喺邊度啊？
擺出邊得啦， 喺出邊，因為你唔中意煲啊，嗰啲醋係冇咁容易變壞嘅。
凍地方定係熱地方嚟？
凍嘅地方。以前喺中國大陸嘅時候，去邊度會有雪櫃啊？多數咪隔日煲下，隔日煲一煲佢咯，係咁咪慢慢煲咁滾。
所以而家可以食，但係等耐啲會再好味。
好啦，我哋而家就等住佢啦，跟住慢慢煲下先啦嚇。
At this point, we'll continue to heat the pot on low heat. Traditionally, once it boils, we'd add in the hard-boiled eggs and let it cook for at least an hour. However, if you prefer softer, less chalky eggs, you can put them in right before you turn off the heat. Then we can remove the pot from the stove and just let the ingredients soak. For storage, we'll put the pot either in the fridge or just have it out in a relatively cool place. If you don't put it in the fridge, make sure to bring the stew back up to a boil every 2 to 3 days to kill the bacteria and keep it safe to eat for up to several weeks. Remember, the longer we let it soak, the healthier and tastier it is. And when we're ready to serve, we'll reheat and serve hot.
What are your wishes for Maya?
你阿妹妹快高長大，聰明伶俐又靚女，好似媽咪咁叻哦。
佢媽咪咁叻。
OK，
叻過媽咪。妍妍 wish it is also 快高長大。
快高長大。
快高長大，聰明伶俐。活潑可愛，乖女同埋靚女同埋叻女。How about your daddy, mommy's wish?
To be curious and excited for the world and never leave mommy. Randy, what's your wish?
I just want her to be confident and just be empathetic and kind. I want her to be curious and not afraid to make mistakes and to be loving.
Yeah. We love you. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the Lau family.
Welcome to the Lau family.
I love you so much.
Cheers!
Cheers, Mom.
YouTube thinks you'll like this recipe next. Let's see if they're right.